One Zambia, One Nation, you are welcome to ZANIS News. My name is Alice Banda and our sign language interpreter is Joas Shikombwe. Let's take a look at the stories making headlines. Groundbreaking of Lumwana Mine Super Pit. IBA grants radio TV stations cooling off window. Re-entry policy underutilized in Lavushimanda district. The news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has committed to revive the mining sector as part of a broad-based programs in improving the country's economy. The president pledged to ensure that all mines that were closed are revived despite the challenges that government is facing. President Hichilema was speaking in Kalumbila district shortly before the groundbreaking ceremony for the expansion of the Barrick Lumwana Super Pit. Here is a report.
President Hakainde Hichilema says government faced a lot of challenges after the 2021 general elections. President Hichilema said some of the challenges that his government faced was the closure of some mines, which his government managed to revive. The president was speaking shortly before the groundbreaking ceremony of Barrick Lumwana Mine Super Pits in Kalumbila district today.
One of our challenges, first steps, was to deal with all these issues and look at this sector, mining sector. I should have said so that those that didn't close, didn't go down, they were basically, some investors were on their way out. I know many. Our duty was to correct that situation, to take steps, many steps, including to stabilize the operating environment, the mining regime.
Minister of Mines and Minerals Development, Paul Kabuswe, stated that the opening of the super pit will create jobs for the local people.
Important project in the sense that, number one, it helps us, actualize the 3 million tons. Then number two, it also adds value in terms of job creation for our people locally here, and also adds value in terms of more money to the treasury, because increased productivity means more taxes, it means more activities, suppliers, contractors, indirect jobs in general. So this is the significance of this project.
And Barrick Lumwana Mine Chief Executive Officer Mark Bristow highlighted the job opportunities that his company has created.
As part of this expansion, we're going to add 550 permanent jobs to our current 2,750 jobs. Today, with all our contractors and 75% of our spend purchases is with Zambian business people. And the total employee, direct and indirect, today is 5,500 people. And after the expansion, that'll grow to 8,000 people.
The event was attended by some members of parliament from northwestern, southern, and eastern provinces, as well as traditional leaders from the region. Wamba Weyeke reporting for ZANIS in Kalumbila district, northwestern province.
And President Hakainde Hichilema says he has directed Barrick Lumwana and First Quantum Minerals Limited, FQM, to stop sending mine levies to Solwezi Council, but to pay directly to Kalumbila Town Council. President Hichilema said this during a rally at Manyama, where he stressed that the directive was issued in order to meet the growing demands of development across Kalumbila district. Chaiwu Nkoma now reports.
This is President Hakainde Hichilema's arrival at Manyama Primary School in Kalumbila district of Northwestern Province, where he is scheduled to hold a rally to interface with the people. The president receives a thunderous welcome by the residents of Manyama area who have come to attend the rally, where the head of state is expected to highlight government development agenda. President Hakainde Hichilema assures the people of government commitment in addressing the needs of the people.
Let me give you something important. Those who were in office destroyed our economy. They brought a huge debt. If we did not manage to restructure the debt, 2025 budget, all of it, $8 billion was going to go to debt service. But because of our work, our hard work, and more work after work, we have been able to restructure the debt, and now we have the money to deliver free education, to buy desks, to do all the things that we're doing because of your UPND government.
He expressed confidence that under his leadership, every corner of the country will receive its share of development. During his one-day tour of Kalumbira district, he also officiated at the groundbreaking ceremony for the expansion of Lumwana mine. Reporting for ZANIS News, I am Chaibunkoma in Kalumbira district, Northwestern Province.
Meanwhile, construction of the 50-kilometer Nyawa grid extension project through the Rural Electrification Authority in Nyawa Chiefdom of Southern Province has spurred social and economic development for the local people. Nyawa Ward Councillor O'Brien Mavwe says lives have improved tremendously after residents have also opened business ventures in various sectors. Here is a report from Kazungola District.
The cry for the electrification of outlying areas to spur socio-economic development has often been louder among rural communities. This is because access to power opens opportunities for various business ventures. In Nyawa Chiefdom of Kazungola District, government move to power the area through the Rural Electrification Authority has spurred numerous business activities. A check at Nyawa Shopping Center found a number of entrepreneurs running saloons, barber shops, while others are into metal fabrication.
From the time I was born in Nyawa, I've never seen such a miracle like having power. For those friends of us who have got different skills in the usage of power, I think they are doing their best.
Nchitozesuzia wagamba oti chali chiumo oti muntu olanda olele emergency kuzotalike kujula kampani ya kuloading so mbaka zama right ya jonse zienda woga wote business yabo ta mafriji tunwa manza tontora no mazuba balimida kunwa madrinka tontora maraiti tura broa tura charginga watu kwa kwa penzi.
These business ventures, which were unheard of before the area was electrified, have improved the livelihoods of the people.
Maraita ya panchi tozi njiba chana milimo. Bamwi baraweyotinga, bamwi baragaisha, bamwi barajita milimo minji, carpentry yonse kambuka maraiti. Bamwi barapanga masaloni, barakuloa masusu, yonse baka chana milimo winji.
Electricity here in our area because we have seen so many groups and also people doing some activities like barber shops, and also they are doing salons, which we have realized that at least people are able to do some businesses with their own.
Nyawa Primary School is among the public institutions in the area that have also benefited from this electrification project.
What we were using was solar. And you can imagine the entire school had only one panel. And the government provided us with the desktops. And those you can't run them if power is not there. The moment power goes off, it will also stop working. But this time around, with the coming of power, I think that is a thing of the past.
We thank the government for electricity. We are now able to learn with the computers and technology studies. We are now able to learn better.
In Chimunyana Lumpa, ZANIS in Kazungola District.
The Independent Broadcasting Authority, IBA, has with immediate effect granted all radio and television stations a cooling off window to temporarily go off air from midnight to 06 hours for the next 3 months. IBA Board Chairperson Chikosola Julu announced that this is to help mitigate the operational costs caused by challenges of the current load management being faced. Speaking at a press briefing in Lusaka, Mr. Julu said that the board made the decision following extensive consultations with various stakeholders and after assessing the impact of load shedding on the operations of broadcasting stations. He stated the findings revealed that stations are struggling to maintain 24-hour operations, particularly due to increased costs of keeping their equipment running during periods of power outages.
To help mitigate operational costs caused by challenges due to the current load management. This respite has been granted to all licensed broadcasting stations across the country to temporarily go off air from midnight to 06 hours and will remain in force for a period of 3 months. The board made this decision following extensive consultation with various stakeholders and after assessing the impact of load shedding on the operations of broadcasting stations. The findings revealed that stations are struggling to maintain 24-hour operations, particularly due to the increased costs of keeping their equipment running during periods of power outages. The authority remains dedicated to assisting the broadcasting industry in navigating this challenge by ensuring that the public continues to access information even during difficult times.
We take our first break. Stay tuned for more stories.
Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on ZANIS TV, Topstar Platform, Channel 6 DTT, and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
Welcome back. We move you to Mchinga province, and in agriculture news, 51 goats in Isoka district have been successfully passed on under the Sustainable Livestock Infrastructure Management Project, SLIMP. District Fisheries and Livestock Coordinator Kalonga Nasilele commended the community's commitment to the program. Take a look at this story by Angel Hall.
A government-led initiative in Isoka district under the Sustainable Livestock Infrastructure Management Project is making a lasting impact. In a space of 5 days, a total of 51 goats were successfully passed on among community groups, with one group extending the gesture to another. District Fisheries and Livestock Coordinator Dr. Kalonga Nasilele expressed his pride in witnessing this community-driven effort.
We've come to the completion of a 5-day pass-on. We've carried out this program in about 5 of our groups in the Isoka district. So these groups initially received goats, and then they passed the goats amongst themselves in the groups. So now, having passed on the goats within their own groups, they decided to pass on to the next group. We've been able to pass on 51 goats in 5 groups in the district. So for us as a ministry and as a department, we're very happy that this pass-on has been initiated by the communities themselves. We did our part, we did the empowering. We are very grateful for the support, and also to the government of the day. Initiated the program by empowering our communities, our farmers, with goats. They have kept the goats. We have given them technical support, and today we are finally able to pass on to those that thought they were left out by the program.
For the beneficiaries, this project has been life-changing and fostering community growth in ensuring that the benefits reach all the intended beneficiaries in Isoka district.
kabiri mbushi mwatupere shafyala kabiri na ifeto asapera abaneso echo era ifeto lombo kutetera mukwakali
natemwa sana ndini sanza pakulolekesya ibintu byo bichitika musalo lelo my point ayakuti so alipopochelera tukuti mwaomba masaiba mwatungwe tuya mwana mwaleta programu ufunga bapera bautengo bintu ukuti watusalina naso tutapaka nembuzi yeye tachi kakhala
tukusalisha kuteko pakutupichi isawila asapa kuleka tukula twacha supika tukasenda kambuzinya tukaza twala kumwana kuskulu wewe wanta sapa kuleka twasali.
Angel Hall, Isoka.
In Eastern Province, Lusangazi District has received 21,927 by 50 kilogram bags of D-compound and urea fertilizers under the Farmer Input Support Program FISIP. District Agriculture Coordinator Friday Sikombe disclosed that the farming inputs are meant for 7,309 farmers listed under FISIP. Details in this report.
Farmers under the Farmer Input Support Program FISIP have started receiving their farming inputs in Lusangazi District of Eastern Province. The district has 7,309 FISIP beneficiaries. District Agriculture Coordinator Friday Sikombe says the district has already received 21,927 by 50 kilograms bag of D-compound and the same amount for urea.
The total number of beneficiaries for Lusangazi district stands at 7,309 beneficiaries. Then when it comes to the fertilizer compound D, the total of 21,927 by 50 kg bags of D is our total allocation for D, and the same number for urea. Then in terms of the maize seed, it's 7,309 by 10 kg.
And Lusangazi District Commissioner Mike Tembo urged the farmers to carry out their farming activities and not to be discouraged because of the drought that was experienced last year.
Last year, planted a lot of maize, but unfortunately, the rains were not with us. So we did not have the harvest that we had anticipated. So I want to urge them, please do not despair. This time around, go and grow maize again. Go flat out there, plant, we need this food.
Meanwhile, the farmers thanked government for the timely distribution of the inputs.
isokondwera kuti tatenga fertilizer pa time yabwino yakutinga khala alimi mvula itabwera nthawi ineri yonse bakwanisa kuyambapo kusebenza m'minda mwawo momasuka komanso ngakhale transport izankhalako yabwino kamba kuti kulibe kuti kapena galimoto ya jombera bwanji izayenda bwino komanso tipempha kuti mbewu zomwe zikalibobwera zibwere fast kuti alimi nawonso akhale okonzekera pa mbewu zamene azatenga.
The distribution exercise is expected to conclude before the onset of rains. Helen Chisha for ZANIS in Lusangazi District of Eastern Province.
In education news, Lavushimanda District Education Board Secretary Debs Baitas Shenda has observed that girls in remote areas who fall pregnant opt to get married than return to school under the re-entry policy. Ms. Shenda cited Chiunda Ponde Chiefdom as having recorded many girls that have dropped out of school after falling pregnant. And in Mongo District, the Young Women Christian Association, YWCA, in conjunction with Oxfam Zambia, has employed men to be champions against gender-based violence. YWCA project lead Lungo Wenyambe observed that gender-based violence is mostly being perpetuated by men in most communities. Darlington Kabambe filed in this report.
These are men drawn from various wards in Mongo Central constituency to be trained as champions against gender-based violence under the theme I Care About Her, held at Dolphin Lodge in Mongo District of Western Province. The Young Women's Christian Association, YWCA, in conjunction with Oxfam Zambia, has observed that GBV cases are on the rise in the district. YWCA project lead Lungo Wenyambe said the following.
This is a training that we have got participants from 4 wards here in Mongo, that is Nakato ward, Shakend, Yeta ward, and the Katongo ward. So the participation is coming from the farmer field schools, where we have drawn male to be trained as GBV male champions, so that as they go back to their various wards and zones, they'll be able to engage fellow men so that they can end violence against women. I think in the past we have engaged a lot of women on the issues of GBV and also how to end violence. But I think this is a high time that we need to engage also the men, because most of the cases of GBV, the perpetrator are men.
One of the men trained GBV champions from Katongo Ward shared his views.
kapa ma community ya rona kile kama ko chwaro rule muhire ko runa mafasa matuna manama mo ana skale muhakuli kanti lwa panganga rule mafasa kile kale tuto ko ne tuta kwana lubona kuli batolo eza correct ni kuli rukute mamuko wala kuli rukone kuchinja mindset kakuli ntoye kutokwa huru ma program ya GBV mo ki mindset ya bato.
Mr. Ino Kinyambe is YWCA Monitoring and Evaluation Officer.
So once these GBV male champions are trained, they will be able to mobilize male folks in the community so that they can contribute to the reduction of gender-based violence cases in the province and in the country as well. As an M&D practitioner, I will ensure that implementation is closely monitored to assure sustainability.
Irish Aid from the government of Ireland has funded the Young Women's Christian Association through Oxfam Zambia to carry out several interventions. Among them is the fight against gender-based violence. Darlington Kabambe reporting in Mwangu District, Western Province.
Lastly, in the news, over 21,000 households in Mazabuka District, Southern Province, have been listed to benefit from the social cash transfer and drought emergency social cash transfer programs. Mazabuka District Commissioner Oliver Mulomba toured different pay points in the district to monitor the cash disbursement exercise to beneficiaries. Here is a report.
Government has continued to implement the social cash transfer and the drought emergency social cash transfer programs to respond to challenges of food insecurity in the communities. In Mazabuka District, 21,000 vulnerable families receive money totaling to 7 million kwacha in aid every 2 months. District Commissioner Oliver Mulomba toured the district to witness the handover of money to the beneficiary families.
Muri wambo tulima programs obiro running ono awo. Buli ye program ya social cash transfer yali wenda lonse. Ayo mali ngakupe gwabuyo. Mwiha maningi. Under social cash transfer. Tairia yalike program buli ye program ya emergency cash transfer. Bahaga inde bagamba uti ngayamala amu bape bantu. Kutoka kwe kuba amapenzi ngo bagisi aya.
The head teacher at Mugoto Primary, who is also the pay point manager, reckons that social cash transfer has helped improve school attendance among learners.
So because of the social cash transfer, the school attendance on the part of pupils increases. When parents are paid, they are able to buy food for their children, and when children have been fed, they are able to come to school. Otherwise, without this, we have a lot of absenteeism that we record as a school. So we thank the government for the same program of our social cash transfer, where parents buy food for their children, and then the children are able to come to school.
A program where social cash transfer, abarumba bahaga ile ahulumende yagwa hamaningi bantu mapenzi au bawo tamani bo inao bawo tulirumbite mani.
Lomamba Sibugu, ZANIS, Mazabuka District.
As we end the news, a reminder of the top stories. Groundbreaking of Lumwana Mine Super Pit. IBA grants radio TV stations cooling off window. plus re-entry policy underutilized in Lavushimanda district. On behalf of the entire ZANIS production team, my name is Alice Banda, not forgetting our sign language interpreter, Joas Shikombwe. Goodbye and God bless you.